Welcome back, and we're here today to give you experience at the Kenya Film International and TV Market. So, lucky enough to have a special guest, Esther Mukima Kimani, Head of Content, Viusasa, maybe to share with us experience and maybe the idea and why they are here at Kenya Film Commission today. Hi Esther, how are you?
Hi, fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Sasa nataka nikwambie nini?
So maybe you can share the experience you being here today as Head of Content.
Content. As you know, Viusasa is the only local video on demand platform, or rather the first one within the region. And we are backed by our heritage, which is Royal Media Services. We have 14 radio stations, 3 TV stations. So for sure, we had to come to support Kalasha, to be part of Kalasha. But one of the key things that we are mandated to do as Viusasa is to grow the industry, the local industry in terms of local content. We bring in a lot of international content as a region, but then we don't grow our own hub. So we need to grow our own hub and have our own very own Nollywood or what we have in Tanzania. So that's the work that we predominantly need to do, and that's why we are here to meet with producers, editors, video editors, actors, digital producers, and everyone else, just to understand what's the pain point and where can we come in.
Just to understand, why are we missing out as local creators?
One of our biggest problems has been scripts. We start off very well. We do a season, the scripts are fantastic. By second season, we are struggling with the scripts. So I think one of the things that we need to really invest in is scripting. And then the cost of production also, we need to look at it. And this is not just for producers, but also for the government. I know this is a government function, and I really hope they will start looking at it from a point of view. If I want to shoot in Rungai, I don't need to go and get a license from Kajiado County. If I want to go and shoot in Nakuru, I then have to go and speak to the Nakuru County. Why can't they have a unified license where I pay a one-off license for the whole year and I can shoot wherever? So it becomes very expensive for us to shoot locally as producers. And at this point, I speak as a producer. I want to shoot and show the beauty of this country, but going to Mombasa, I will first spend a lot of money going to Mombasa, then I will have to pay permits after permits after permits. And it depends with who is the accounting officer at that point to decide whether they're giving me a permit, how much they're charging me. So I think that's another key area that we need to look at, and to just also look at how do we partner and produce more content as broadcasters.
Okay, what are some of the solutions that you think we need to embrace when it comes to that point that you said about content production from one area to the other?
I think one of the things we need to embrace, and the solution would be for us to produce at a very low cost, number one, but more importantly, to also engage the government. One of the things I've always asked and advocated for is government advertising should be given based on the local content that you have. So if a station has 40% local content, then they should get that 40% of advertising. If they do 60%, they should get 50% advertising. So you find a station probably has only 5% of local content, but they get the most money for government advertising. Then are you building the industry? Yeah.
So how about the funding? Because you've just said something about marketing only. How about the funding that the government is supposed to give to that goes to the film production in Kenya?
I honestly don't think we are well organized as producers, and I speak as a producer, to be able to get funding. Because if we were well organized, and I know a couple of my friends who've been very well organized and they've been able to get funding, would be the likes of Abel Mutua. Feel it. They've been able to get some funding even from banks to produce because they are well organized and they've made it as a business. We need to also start looking at it as a business. As content producers, let's not look at it as a hobby. Naifanyanga part time. It's not even registered. If I go to a bank, they can't give me funding. If we go to the government bodies, tukienda na tumbili, tunaanza kupigana na tumbili. We need to form an association where we are all friends and we know what we are pushing for as an organization. Yeah.
Tumbili?
My name is Tumbili. I do content and I'm a big follower of Viusasa. I can say when Viusasa started, it started as a platform where me personally, I was calling it the Kenyan YouTube. I don't know if it was right for me to call it a Kenyan YouTube or because we were trying to push for our contents
Yes.
to be watched on Viusasa, and actually we are can say we are some of the people who started utaionea Viusasa. You know, even people who didn't know about Viusasa, they were like, yo, running Viusasa kuna nini? Because we were pushing every of our content to be watched on Viusasa. But right now I've seen it as scattered to like you are doing like everything. Someone wants to like buy power Viusasa. How did it like
Transition.
transition to?
So the platform started as an OTT platform, where it was a VOD platform for content. But over time, we've realized if you look at a normal Kenyan, they have 2 or 3 apps only. So you need to make your app to become a marketplace. So our app has become a marketplace where you can come and do virtually everything, and that's the plan we have. Remember, we have the biggest consumer base. Why would we then tell you come and watch content here and we are giving you advertising, but you're not able to pay the power of the advertising you've watched? So it needs to become we opened it up to become a marketplace so that when you come in, you are able to do very many other things within the ecosystem, and it moves away from just being a video on demand platform to being a marketplace. If you look at Google or at Amazon, Amazon started as an e-commerce platform. Now they have Amazon Prime, they have a pharmacy, they have all these other things around them. And that's what we need to do as a country to we are pace setters within the East Africa region. So why don't we then set the pace for everyone else, and then they can wanaweza tufuatanga as Kenyans, but we need to set the pace for East Africa.
Okay, just to ask you this question. I've seen it online. We have great creative minds. We have the likes of Kina Butita. We have the likes of Kyoko, the comedian. They're producing a cartoon. They're producing short series. They're doing very well in YouTube and Facebook. I don't know if you guys have maybe had plans, maybe just to reach out to them so that at least they can earn something from that. Because at the end, they won't reach to that level if you guys cannot support them.
Yes. The platform is open to anyone and everyone, and to especially to the content producers within the region. I know COVID came and disrupted quite a number of things, but now we are back into production. We are back into looking for content and soliciting for content, and hence the reason Viusasa is here, because we want to solicit for content from everyone within the region so that we can all make money. You know, tulikuja Nairobi kufanya nini? Tafuta shilingi. Hii ni shamba ya mawe. So tukuja Nairobi tutafuta shilingi, even within the counties, Mombasa, Kisumu, Kisii, Kakamega, we are going mashinani to also get the content.
Okay, I think he was asking the question about you guys reaching out to those
Because
content
I'm missing that, because
creators.
I don't know if it's the issue of maybe the split sheet. Is it the issue of the percentage? Is it the issue of owning the content? Because I don't understand why.
Initially, and I know that was a big problem, the revenue share was 60-40, with 40% to the content providers, but we have since now shifted it to 60% to the content providers. So the content providers keep 60%. And the reason we are doing that is to encourage more and more people to produce and make money out of it. So what we are doing is to slowly start reaching out to the content providers and to tell them that, hey, there's a platform where we can put in your content, advertise it, and you make 60% of that revenue.
So I have a question. What can you do as Viusasa to divert the content creators in Kenya who are uploading, who are doing YouTube? Because to some point, YouTube is becoming like whatever the content creators are ending up, whatever is ending up in their pocket, to some point is so little because of the taxation in America, taxation in Kenya. To some point, so many of them are losing hope at doing YouTube. So as Viusasa, because to me, I can say maybe Viusasa is second after YouTube, the platforms that Kenyan content creators are seeing as a hope to have their content. What are you like? Do you have any strategy to capture the people who are losing hope and they were doing well on YouTube to have the content on your platform? And number two, do you have like a option where someone can upload their own content without knocking your doors, just like YouTube? Like
Yes.
mimi nimetulia kwangu pale kwa bedsit yangu safi hapo nini nini, nafanya content yangu, I upload it direct to Viusasa. Na pia third, our consumers to some point were complaining, why should I pay 10 shillings to watch Tumbili's content on Viusasa na tena ninunue data?
And on Facebook, maybe it's free.
So
just to add on his question, the solution that you're providing, that ninaweza acha ku upload my content on YouTube and I prefer to upload it on Viusasa. Yes.
Okay, so we start with subscription. One of the reasons we have subscription is because this is curated content. So nikikuja hapo kwa Viusasa, najua nakuja kuwatch curated ya Tumbili, haina advertising. If we start doing advertising, then you start finding you are using data, but a lot of that data goes into advertising, and that's where now the money comes from, for the one that pays you on YouTube. Hence the reason why we have a subscription-based platform where you pay, there's no advertising, you watch what you need to watch at whatever time, and if you stop watching it tomorrow, you'll find it where it was. You don't have to keep coming to search for it. And then it also now helps us to pay the content providers. So if Tumbili comes and pays 10 shillings and watches your content, you will get 6 shillings out of the 10 shillings. So you see, that is for helping also create the economy and grow the economy, hence the reason for subscription. And to watch any content now on any OTT platform, including YouTube, you need to have data. But yes, we've had that cry, and one of the things we've done is to partner with Safaricom and created what we call data pass. So you come onto the platform, you buy data combined with subscription, you watch your content, and then you continue with your life. But already it is ingrained within the subscription, and the data is in one pack. So we are trying to lower the cost and also bundle it together with data. So that is one thing. The other question was
Maybe the war between, I call it a war maybe.
between YouTube and
Yeah.
so we are very soon. We've had something we've called expression for the longest time, where you upload your own content. We have since just migrated our app to sit within Kenya. One of the things we've also done, other than for content providers, is to create a platform for developers to be able to develop the app. So Viusasa is fully developed in Kenya and managed in Kenya. So one of the things we've developed and we've enhanced is to be able to self-upload. So in the next 2 or 3 weeks, you'll be able to self-upload your own content and put it up onto the platform without coming to us. All you do is once you self-upload, we reach out to you and we tell you this is how you set up your account in the backend, and you get your dashboard and you're able to now see 5 people came and watched. This is the money I get. We send you a statement by the end of the month. You invoice us, and within 15 days of invoicing, we pay you immediately. Yes.
Okay, just to add, just to ask maybe a question. We have very upcoming scriptwriters, directors, producers in our university and colleges. I don't know if you guys have plans, maybe financial plans, maybe to mentor them, have them on board, maybe to have an exchange program with them. Because at the end, some of them are missing out because they've produced, I believe they've produced film and series in colleges.
So for colleges and high schools, we have what we call school flicks. I'm sure you've seen it, where you have students producing from as little as kindergarten. So we have school flicks. We've partnered with the Ministry of Education, and we've put that content up. And most importantly, we've also gone to the universities themselves and told them there's already this platform. Give us your content, and let's put it on the platform. Over and above that, yes, we're still a very small organization, but over and above that, we partner with the universities to give us 1 or 2 people to come in for internship to work with us. We really try not to produce, so that we allow the content providers to produce for us. But once in a while, when we're producing an exclusive show, we work with them. In terms of scripting, we help them to script, and then they go out and produce. Yes.
Are you being selective on the type of content you want to be on Viusasa from the schools?
No, we're not selective. The only thing we ask for, family-friendly content. Remember who our parent is. Citizen is known for family-friendly content. So whatever kind of content, as long as it is palatable from 0 to 99 to 100 years, it is welcome onto the platform.
All right.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Me, I think I'm really. Tunaweza watch kwa TV.
Yes. Yes. So one of the reasons we brought Viusasa home, you know the way they said M-Pesa has come home? The reason we brought Viusasa home was to be able to create those experiences. So when you're having an app that is developed in the US or is in developed in India. Some of the TV stations like Vitron, the TV sets we have like Vitron, are not in those countries. So they are not able to then carry our app. So now what we've done, we've brought Viusasa nyumbani, and we've now started creating apps that can sit on any kind of phone, from high end to low end. We've also created an app for the TV, and we're also introducing what you're calling a USSD. I'm sure you've seen star 487. It is to also introduce a USSD for people to be able to watch the content, go onto 487 and get into the website. Yeah.
So you also do like artists the way they upload their songs on YouTube.
Yes.
You also have an option where I can do my songs and
Yes.
upload them on
On
Viusasa.
Viusasa.
Yeah.
And as you all know, Viusasa and Skiza, we have Skiza for Citizen as well, which is still part of our family. So we are really trying to be consistent to make sure that we have a platform for all our content providers. Yes, from musicians to video content providers.
So kumalizia tu, you mind quality ya vitu zinauploadiwa?
No, what happens is, and I've seen it over time, people bring in a bit of, as they're starting off, the quality is a bit low, but as they go, they graduate into growing the quality. And you see, what matters most times, look at Nollywood. Sometimes the content is not, the quality is not so high end, but the script is rich, the joke is rich. So people will still watch and laugh about it. So what matters is, what is the content within that, what you've given us.
To add on to that, since the content that someone you sometimes wouldn't want to consider the type of quality that is being released, do you sometimes get to approach these people and tell them we're going to fund you for the production of these scripts that you have, because we have seen the script is very unique and we would want to partner with you guys? Do you sometimes collaborate?
So we're not funding yet. We're trying to get into a partnership with Equity to fund content providers. So we are, as you know, RMS is in a partnership with Equity. So we're also trying to see how do we then partner with them to provide funding for producers. Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Esther. Hope to see you again. Thanks
Thank
for your
you very
time, for
much.
inspirational words,
Thank you,
and
asante.
God bless you.
Asanteni sana. Thank you for having me.
Ningeomba ni